Okay, so we've gotten to the golden ticket here, which is we are going to create a light show. And we're going to create the light show from our backing tracks, and then we're going to program them, correct them, and then export them to multi-tracker, bring them in, and then we're going to finish a light show. So what we're going to do right now for this video, I'm going to go from 0 to showtime. And it's going to be where we're just going to start from the ground up, assuming that you've watched the other videos on how to configure your controller via Bluetooth. This is my baby. I run my MPK261 via Bluetooth using the WIDI Master from CME to Bluetooth into my iPad, and then the iPad is running Wi-Fi into the router, and then it eventually winds up at the lights using the app Photon. So, and I've already gone over MIDI miter, how to set that up, and a lot of other things. So if you're wondering how all that other stuff is set up, I just want to refer you to the other videos. So let's get down to business. Okay, so I'm going to create a backing track. I'm going to create a track, light show for a track that I have not done yet. So let's see, I am going to, on my iPad, what I'm going to do is I want you to understand that there are a few very useful tools here. On the iPad, we have this Cubasis 3. I would strongly encourage that you get it. So we're going to start out here. Let me confirm that my lights are in fact working, and they are. We're using the keyboard. So we have our light shows, the different types of effects. I've already mapped those out in previous videos. So let's go to creating a new track. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, and let's have a look at the iPad for a minute here. I want to create a backing track for, let's say, we'll say Proud Mary. That's a very common one. So I'm going to go into my Files program here, and we go into Files, and I'm going to go into my multi-tracker, and in multi-tracker I'm going to find I'm going to use the faster version of Proud Mary. And a couple of things you want to note when you're going through here is you want to note the BPM. This is Proud Mary, faster version. I press and hold. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Where am I going to copy it to? I am going to copy it into Cubasis, into a particular area. It's going to be in audio, and then it's going to be in my audio files, okay? So my audio files. I'm going to press and hold on my iPad. You're going to see paste. I am pasting it here. I want to open this folder because I want to make double sure what is the BPM of this. It looks like I set it at 132 BPM. That's great. So now we have that set up in my audio files. That's step one. Now I'm going to go to Cubasis, and I have templates where I go up to the top left where it says media, and I'm going to go into my templates. Now I've already created a template with a couple of cool features. I have my backing tracks template here, you see. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to double click. I've created this and saved it as a template. And if you want information on how to do that, I can let you know. So I'm going to double tap this, and I'm just going to go like this. We're going to name this, and I'm going to call it Proud Mary Faster Lights. Oops, lights. All right. So there we go. Now we have it. First thing of business is set the BPM. I'm going to set this BPM to 132. There we go. We are at 132. So we have the right BPM. Second order of business is make sure I try not to do 16th note flashes if I have to, because for this project I'm just going to do 8th note. So I turn on auto quantize and I put it on eighth note resolution. So this way I can not waste a lot of time trying to schedule or trying to set up a light show. Now, if I want 16th notes, I can put those in at a later time, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, so this is my setup here, and I have to make sure that the routing is pointed to Photon 2. So I have a MIDI. It's going to accept everything on all ports, and it's going to direct everything to Photon 2. So we've got all that. Now we're going over the left bottom here, and we go into audio. And remember, I had my audio file, so I'm going to open that. And then I have Proud Mary Faster. Remember the folder I put in there? I'm going to double click this to open it. I always like to first put in the click, the vocal triggers, so I know where I am in the song. Drums are always a very important part. Bass, I can't even really hear it on the iPad when I'm just using the speaker, so I don't really trip on that all that much. And let's see, acoustic guitar, that would be good. That'll give me a point of reference. Okay, so that should be, let me see here. Let me do this. I'm going to stick in this vocal harmony just for the sake of argument here. Yes. Now in Cubasis, they have this really cool thing where it will automatically set the markers. If I press and hold on a track, it's going to set my loop markers to all the way around the show. This is going to tell me where to put things. Now what I've done, and I can explain to you guys at another time, I've made a couple of things. This beginning part here is where I set how a show starts. So in other words, this is going to fade the lights out. So you'll see. Okay, so that's a setting that automatically sets that up. This one on the end is going to loop back to where it should be at the end of the show, so it will set it to the mild white lights, so that's between songs. So it'll create somewhat of a loop. Okay, so you'll see as it approaches the end. Okay, now you see that? It sets those lights. So once those lights are set like that, by the time we get to the beginning of the next song, it's going to do this. And then it will automatically fade them out. Okay, so that's how you have that going. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Let me see if I can hear it, because I got the fans going, I got the air conditioner on, I got all kinds of stuff going here, and this makes it hard for me to hear. So what I do sometimes is I pre-program out. Those are my slow lights. I touch my keyboard a little bit just to see where things are. Oh yeah, we have the faster things, we have these things. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Oh, we have this thing, yeah. These can be moved after the fact. Okay, great. Okay, so look, we've had a freeze there. So I have to go like this. We're going to turn that off. And so now what we're going to do is I'm going to highlight the MIDI track. This is my MIDI track, and I'm going to make it a little bit big so I can kind of see it a little better. And this is using Cubasis, and now we are going to actually record a light show, and then we're going to go back and fix it. Here we go.
Proud Mary. Intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Verse. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a good job in the city. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 ba da. Da 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 da. Rolling. Here we go.
1, 2,
Rolling on the river. Rolling. Rolling. We're gonna switch between these two things. 1, 2,
3, 4. Rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. 1, 2, 3, 4. End. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, there we go. We just recorded a song. Are you wondering how that went? Well, we did the quantize, the auto quantize on here. Let's go ahead and bring it back to the beginning. Oops, gotta stop it. Let's bring it back to the beginning. Let's see how that light show worked out.
Proud Mary. Intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Verse. 1, 2, 3, 4.
In the city. It's recording just what I put down. It's all there inside of Cubasis. Looking good. Now they're going to go into the acapella. Now in the acapella, I don't really like what I did on that light show part.
3, 4. Rolling, rolling on the river.
Maybe I'll keep that. Yeah, that looks good. I'll keep it.
2, 3, 4. End. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go. Now those lights went out a little early, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some adjustments. Come on back to the iPad here. Remember that light, the white light didn't stay on quite long enough, so what we're going to do is we're going to head over here. And we're going to, one of the things I like to do is to, if we're looking at the iPad, is I like to bring this all down, pick this select thing up to the left, press and hold, drag it over everything, and make sure you glue it all together. And that way it's easier to see. Make sure we glue it all together. So we're ending around 103. So we're over here. And it appears that this is the, we're looking at 104. That's basically what we can do. Let me just see here. What we can do with this is, let's just, there's the end. And we want that note to stretch a little farther. So now, when we're at the very last hit of the song, oh, why'd you go off? We're going to have to maybe get rid of that. Oh, there it is. We have to get rid of that culprit. There we go. We had two notes overlapping each other. Okay, so that's ended. We're great. I'm happy. And then, so what I like to do is, now that I've recorded that whole thing, I'm just going to expand this just a tad. And I always like to make sure that the ending note at the end goes farther than the actual boundaries of the MIDI file, because that way it keeps the light on, so it never got the note off message. Great. How are we going to get this into multi-tracker? You'll be amazed at how easy this is. Okay, so we're going to go over here to Media. Now I'm going to go to, on the left side, Mix Down. And then I'm going to go on the upper one. It says Create Mix Down. The name is already pre-populated. I'm not picking any other type of export for Mixdown, just MIDI. And what it's going to do is intelligently name the file, select it to be just MIDI, and it will automatically know the boundaries. So I go Mixdown. So the question is where on my iPad did that MIDI file go? That's very easy. The MIDI file on my iPad went into Cubasis 3, into this folder called Mixdown, and then you're going to notice that we have Proud Mary, faster, lights. I press and hold, and this time I'm going to move, and it's going to say, wow, where do you want to move that? I want to move it to Proud Mary, faster. And there we go. So we're done with that. All right, so now it's time to start looking at multi-tracker. Here I am with multi-tracker. I'm actually going to go into song configuration mode, right? And then I'm going to go load, and I'm going to load up Proud Mary, that one, the Proud Mary faster. And here we are. We have Proud Mary faster. Now I have to come over here to the files, and I have to go retrieve the files where it is. So we have the Proud Mary Faster folder, and something that you're going to notice is there's a new member of this Proud Mary Faster. It's going to be the Proud Mary Fast Lights. I click on that, and it adds that MIDI track. Now what I have to do is touch that MIDI track, make sure to point the output to Photon 2. We touch this MIDI track, point the output to Photon 2. I'm going to actually take the click, and I'm just going to, route these things so you can hear them. I'm not going to be saving this file quite yet, but I just want to, this is for the sake of showing you how easy this is. So I'm going to be routing all this audio to the respective outputs so that you can hear it. Let me make sure that we have that. Acoustic guitar. I think the rest of these should be routed to the right place. All right. So theoretically, we did all of that programming. This should work like a charm. Well, let's have a look.
Proud Mary. Intro. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Running this as a backing track. Remember, we just did it a second ago. So here we go. Running.
Chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Verse. 1, 2, 3.
Now we have about a minute left in this song, so while we're doing this thing, and it'll go into the acapella, we'll see that. You'll notice that there wasn't a white light at the beginning. There's a reason for that. Because it didn't have the ending light setting, it didn't have the ending light note that didn't have the off position. That's why it didn't start out with the white light. So that's why it's important to have that unfinished white light note for the audience so that you'll always have the light. So this is that acapella. If I want to change it, I can go back and change it. And then
bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I don't really like that. I kind of like it to be better. Oh, see, this is an error.
3, 4.
Okay, so there are the lights. Oh, and the lights went off. Okay, so we have a couple problems. The lights went off too soon.
Proud Mary. Intro. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we want to see if that one note at the end, was that a bad note? Is that a programming issue, or was that it just...
Rolling on a river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. Bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
It looks to me like that was a missed note. So what you saw there was just a situation where the track was going and it missed a note, so it actually it triggered the light, but the light actually didn't go off. So that does happen from time to time. Now I'm using the Chauvet. I had an opinion that the Chauvet was pretty stellar. I'm mixed. You know, I guess any node can fail a particular note at any time. So it could happen either way. And so, you know, I guess either node could miss a note here and there. One of the things that I do is, you'll notice on the other video that I might show of us actually using the lights, is I have lights that are static in the background that are constantly going regardless. And then I have the light show that's going just in case there's any dropouts or a missed note. I'm going to just rename this PM Faster. Could be because we're not in playlist mode. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to go into my playlist view. I'm going to go ahead and add in a song here. Let's go Proud Mary Faster. No, PM Faster. Not Proud Mary Faster. My bad. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's see how this deploys if we were to run, let's say we had a song and it was Play That Funky Music. Alright, so here we go. Wow, that was terrible. Okay, so this is going to be the end of that song. Okay, so we got that. And it looks like we have a light stuck on. Sometimes this happens during a show. No worries. I just come over here and I just take that off. So now here we are. Yeah, so that already set that up. So let's say my next one is Proud Mary Faster. That's what it was.
Proud Mary.
So the one, the song prior to it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So there we go, we're in playlist. This is when we're actually doing the show. So it appears that the reason that didn't take was because it wasn't embedded into a show. So let's go ahead and take this to the end. The real question is, are we going to lose the lights? Okay, so there that is. We may still have a problem. We do not. So the lights stayed on. So those lights will stay on as long as it's embedded in the show. So then when you loop back
Proud
around.
Mary. Intro 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's a good learning lesson for me. Rather than sitting around in configuration mode in multi-tracker and trying to get those things right, that's a waste of time because actually it resolves once you put it into a playlist. And as long as the playlists have that one MIDI program where the lights are brought back up. And hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, the real issue here is, let me turn those off. The real issue is, there we go. The real issue here is that we just, now, after you set up all of your Photon, we just went ahead and just now, we just created a light show for Proud Mary. Was it complicated? No. Are there a lot of things you can do with that? Sure. In fact, you can even go back to the song if you want to. Oh, I've already got this song. Okay, great. Then go ahead and open up Cubasis again. And if you got other ideas, hey, you know, go for it. You can keep that MIDI track and you can mute it. And you can create another one or whatever, or you can go over top of this thing. So here you go. You have it highlighted. Let's make sure that, yep, we got those going. Let's just say you have other ideas, you know. So here you go. You're going to record this.
Proud Mary.
You know, let's say,
1, 2, 3, 4.
maybe you want some other flashy lights. Okay, so you have that, and maybe you want to, you know, you want some white lights to come in. Bop, 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 whatever. Or you want something where it's, you want to have it go fading like a few things. Let's say you want it blue. I have blue and I want it to fade and come back in, and fade and come back in. Okay, there you go. So you got all that. You're writing all that in. And then you can just, oh, you can put in another thing in here. If you want that, or it's going to do this, or you can make it go fast. Do something like that. Doesn't stay in timing. That's just a sequence that I created. Or you can have it go here. You can do this, or you can go like this. There you go. You can maybe add in, I think these are some other things. Yeah, they are. There you go.
Solo. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go. Just have all those flashes, right? Like that? Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and stop that. So we're going to do this. I'm going to make this thing small. I'm going to press here, select. We're going to go highlight all that goody stuff. We're going to go ahead and glue all that together. I'm going to put in a MIDI track to make sure that everything did actually glue. And so what I do is I drag it down to another track. Yes, everything moved together. All right, then we're good. I'm going to remove this MIDI track. We're going to go ahead and do what? We're going to hit mix down, and then we go to mix down, and I'm going to create a mix down, and let's call this Proud Mary Lights 002. How about that? 002. And then we're just going to, boom, there we go. We just did that. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out, because where is it located? It's located in Mixdown files. So now we're going to have the Proud Mary 002, press and hold, and I'm going to go ahead and move this to Proud Mary Faster, and we're going to go ahead and move this to Proud Mary Faster, move. And we already have multi-tracker set up for what I called PM, I believe, something, PM something. What was it? PM Faster. And we know we got the files from Proud Mary Faster, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going into Proud Mary Faster, and instead of using the 001, let's go ahead and use 002. Great. So we got 002 now is our MIDI track, because it'll remove the other MIDI track from, it'll still be there, but it won't use it, because you can only run one MIDI track at a time. So okay, I'm going to go ahead and save that. And now what we have is, it's showtime. We have, say we did play that funky music again. Where is that? Whatever, Dreams. We can do Dreams. No, I'm going to do Play That Funky Music, because it's a shorter one. Okay, so we have the light show here. Let's go ahead and let it get started. Okay, we know that's going great. Let's put it towards the end. Yeah, our backing track vocals are not stellar. So this is the very end of the song. Okay, so we're putting it in. Okay, great. I did notice something. Sometimes when you see that kind of flashing back and forth, that means maybe while I was programming, oops, we got stuck on something. So there we go. Let's go down here to PM Faster.
Proud Mary.
Now you're going to notice a little something different. You're going to see all the, remember all those things that I just recorded in? Well, they're going to be in there. There we go. Let's see what I did. There we go. Added in a few more flashes. I think it's going to go to a blue and color fade thing. There we go. Yeah. Made it really flashy. So you'll see that whatever I just got done doing, there we go. It's going to fade in blue and have a couple of colors, and you know, if we want, and it's going to go into that bunch of crazy flashy stuff. I think I did some flashy things. But at any rate, you'll probably be able to see what we're doing here. Oh yeah, that's right, I did that. I did something funny here, I can't remember. Oh yeah, I was testing those. Here. Yeah, so we put in some other stuff. See how I just, there we go. See, that's copying all the stuff that I did. I just changed it. All right, cool. So suppose I want to change this up again. Oh, I have another part that I want to play. Whatever, you can put it in. And then it'll end on the ending where it's just going to put some white light on the stage. There you go, you got your white light. And you can, whenever you see something like this happen, it's not really the end of the world, but you just bump over here and you say, whoops, we had a note stick. And then you can just turn that off and go into your next song, you know, like where we're going, you know, hella good. Oh, I don't think I have that one on. But at any rate, you can see that. See, it's starting another song. Let's say I do Love Shack. How about this one? Oh, it's stuck on that note because I ended the song in the middle. You know, if you see a faded sign at the side of the road, okay, great. It's starting that, you know. Comes to the end. I know this is probably, you know, just stuff that's maybe boring. But at any rate, when you cut it off in the middle of the song, you have to stop whatever notes were in the middle of being on. But and then you'll see flashes on this. I programmed this in, you know, because I want to. Oh, that's right. I didn't quite. You save the flashiness for the end of the song. You know, your lights don't want to be busy at the beginning. You want them to be moving from kind of moderate, and then by the end of the show, you would have more busyness. So that's why I always start out with usually fluid lights during a chorus. I mean, during a verse, and then more motion during the chorus. So anyhow, hopefully I've shown you just how easy it is to go ahead and to make these tracks, integrate them into multi-tracker, making them work. The tools that you need, the 3 apps, is Photon 2, Cubasis 3, multi-tracker. And if you have those 3 items, plus your hardware connections and your DMX, you're pretty much good to go with the DMX automated light show 100%. After I'm talking here, I just might show maybe a live performance. I took video. We didn't have a very good weekend of shows, so this one was kind of sparsely populated with some drunk folks. But maybe I'll put that video on just to show you what our light show looked like. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know this was long, but hopefully I've made this simple.